I never thought I would be here. I am so pleased to be here. This is going to be a panel slightly different. I'm going to do things quite informally. We're all friends here, aren't we? I want to picture yourself. You're watching Game of Thrones on your sofa. Close your eyes. Think about all the questions you want to ask us. So you've got yourself in that really relaxed place. Ready? So put your hand on your heart. Got your eyes closed. Put your hand on your wallet. Bring it up to me. I'll look after it. No, don't do that. Okay. These are all my friends, guys. These are the people I've worked for 6 years with on what I think is the best show that's ever been created. And the first guest, I'm sad to say, has been a monkey on my back. For 6 years. Yeah, look at this microphone actually. What the hell's going on here? There, that's better. Ladies and gentlemen, my very good friend and little brother, Isaac Hempstead-Wright. Ladies and gentlemen, John Bradley. The amazing Nathalie Emmanuel. Cunningham. It's crazy introducing these guys. I've known them since they were like 8 years old. It's so scary. Sophie Turner. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Anderson. My fellow countryman, Conleth. Alfie Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, Gwendoline Christie. Hello guys, you all look ravishing, absolutely ravishing tonight. So I'm just going to start the questions. We'll start the questions. Gwen, I'm going to start with you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Warnage.
Okay, we've seen Tormund make a play for Brienne. I actually have a theory that I think Brienne and Hodor would make a really good couple.
I've always held a candle for that.
A very small one. Very small. Okay, we've seen Tormund make a play for Brienne, who seems to be rebuffing his advances. Do you think she secretly enjoys being appreciated as a woman and a warrior? Good question.
Well, I think it's really, what I love about Brienne of Tarth is that I don't think that at the foremost of her consciousness is a value system that's based on how men appreciate her. But, I mean, who doesn't like being appreciated as both, really? But I don't think that's really what she's invested in at all. I think she's finding it incredibly awkward, but underneath any awkwardness is always that potential secret enjoyment. What do you all think? Does she like it? Or does she like someone else?
Hello? Wow.
Who?
What are you saying? Okay. Wow.
Or Jane.
What?
Alfie.
They're saying.
Firstly, what do you call your dog? What's the name of the dog?
Her name is Abby.
That's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. Seriously. I really wanted. What was it like for you to return to the character of Theon after such a torturous run as Reek?
I'd say it was definitely a challenge. I'd say that he wasn't really kind of stepping into the Theon that he was before he was turned into Reek. But yeah, he's had definitely a crazy arc of many of the characters on the show. His has been one of the craziest, but it's just been enjoyable, you know, to be able to sort of find empathy for a character such as him.
Amazing. Thank you, Alfie. Conleth. We've never actually had an opportunity to act together, which is terrible. Many of your fellow cast cite how difficult it can be to keep from laughing while filming with you. Do you purposefully make them laugh?
No.
And is there an actor who makes you laugh?
They all make me laugh. And sometimes they know it, but mostly they don't. But Dinklage would make me laugh a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some pretty funny people in the cast, that's for sure. Not you. You're awful. Jacob.
Hello.
Hi.
That's not how I speak. I don't know.
Hello. Is it true that we've seen Grey Worm being a bit flirtatious with Missandei? And do you see a future for them?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's things firing between them. There's chemistry, right? I think. I want those kids to be happy. I want them to find happiness with each other. Everything's so sad.
It's never going to happen. Nothing's ever going to be happy. You know that. Seriously. Do you think Daenerys would approve of that relationship?
Yeah. I mean, she'd do a wedding. She'd like, well, you don't call a wedding, do you? It's not bingo. But yeah, I think she'd be involved.
Yeah. Awesome.
Not involved. Just.
Oh, okay. That's a completely different show. I think you would all watch it though, wouldn't you? Totally. Sophie.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Shut up. Is Sansa being manipulated by Littlefinger, or is she playing the long game?
Good question.
Yeah.
I think initially, you know, there was definite manipulation on Littlefinger's part, but you know, as Sansa has grown and been, you know, a prisoner by all of these master manipulators, especially Littlefinger, she's been silently absorbing and learning and adapting. And in my opinion, she's just as good at playing the game as he is at this point. Thanks, guys.
Liam.
Hello. Look at this, a rose between two thorns. Go ahead, ask the question.
At the end of last season, Davos found out about read this. I really need to wear my glasses. Melisandre's part in Shireen's death. Jon Snow banished her from the north, and Davos said he would kill her if she ever returned. Do you think he would? And does he have it in him to murder someone in cold blood?
I think that's a good question. I don't think he's the vindictive type. I think if he was on the road, taking a long weekend somewhere, and in the opposite direction, he saw a lady in a red cape approaching, I think there's a good chance he'd whip out a Glock and pop a couple of caps in her ass. But I don't think he'd hunt her down. I don't think he'd do an Arya. I don't think he's got a list. But I definitely think he'd put her in a shallow grave somewhere if no one was going to find out. But that's just me.
Can you just quickly show us how you'd hold a Glock?
Yeah, I had a sideways man like in the hook.
Yes!
Oh yeah!
I love it. Nathalie.
Hi.
Hello. There was a great scene with Tyrion and Grey Worm last season when Tyrion was exhorting you both to drink.
Yeah, Sunday got it.
We saw then that Missandei and Grey Worm were growing closer.
Yeah.
How do you hope that storyline pans out?
I feel quite similarly to Jacob. I'm like, I want these guys to be happy and, you know, just stay together. I think they've come through so much atrocity. So to see them laugh together and like feel something for another person is so beautiful, and I've really enjoyed portraying that journey. And I hope we get to see it blossom more, and maybe there might be a happy ending for them. I daren't say it, just in case.
That's a death. Yeah, I know how it feels. I know how it feels. John.
Hello.
Hello. Sam has always considered himself a bit of an outsider.
Yeah.
Have Gilly and baby Sam given him a sense of belonging? I didn't write these, by the way.
He's absolutely always been an outsider. He was an outsider from the day he was born at home, because his father considered him to be such a disappointment and treated him with such contempt. Then he was removed to Castle Black, where he was an outsider again. And then he said, well, the one place I can be really accepted is the Citadel. That's the one place I can go where my passions and interests aren't treated with scorn and contempt. They're the place where is a place where people have an understanding and appreciation of knowledge, and this is going to be the place where I feel accepted for the first time in my life. Gets there is just as much as an outsider there as he is anywhere else, because they make him do all those jobs that you saw him doing. and it's interesting that people say, how is him being at the Citadel going to affect his relationship with Gilly, given the fact that they've grown so close over the years. But that was when Sam didn't have thousands and thousands of books as a distraction from his relationship. So I think that as time has gone on, Sam has worked out, as a lot of people work out in relationships, that your kind of sphere of interest shrinks, and you no longer want to be necessarily accepted by a wider world or even a wider community, because you know what's important, and important is being loved by two people rather than accepted by hundreds.
This is a very important question. Do you miss me?
No, of course I do. No, it's been so empty without you on set this year.
Such a liar. Seriously.
It's making me say this. Help me. No.
Okay, this actually is a question which, you know, as a fan of the show, and I've been there for 6 years, what the hell's name is that three-eyed raven about? The three-eyed raven. What the hell is that about?
Well,
I want an in-depth
an analysis.
like a Wikipedia page.
Well, what's interesting about the three-eyed raven is he's one of the sort of few fragments that remain of the old Westeros, of the ancient kind of magical, mystical side of it. So what exactly his purpose is, I don't think has been revealed yet, but clearly it's something important. There's been, the Night King appears to be his sworn enemy, so he must have some important role to play. So for Bran this season especially, it's quite exciting that he is now the three-eyed raven, and
So you don't know that?
no, I don't, yeah. That's my rambling way of saying it.
Okay. That's very, very informative, thank you. Right, this is for everybody, and I'm going to start right back down at the end. Gwendoline, I like this question. If you ended up on the Iron Throne, what would be the first law you would pass?
Oh no. What would be the first law I would pass? That women could be knights.
I think that's changed. Same question to you, Alfie.
I would say the brotherhood that Beric Dondarrion is part of be made allowed throughout the land, so everyone can come back to life.
That works for me. Conleth.
That Comic-Cons are free.
Nice. Jacob?
Free puppies for everyone. And also some sort of device where we can create unicorns to exist. I mean, I don't know how that would work, but
everybody needs unicorns.
We do that.
We all need unicorns.
Yeah.
Sophie?
God, this is really tough. The first thing that comes to mind is just like unlimited carbohydrates. I don't know why, but that's what I want.
Fair enough.
I think in selected outlets all over Westeros, there should be free Dornish wine for all the inhabitants of Westeros. Yeah. You're welcome.
I think Missandei would probably want, and I would quite like, language lessons for everyone. So we can all be bilingual and cool. Yeah. Education for everyone. So that's a really serious answer, but also true how I feel. Yeah.
How about maesters have to clean out their own stinking bed?
I'd set up a holiday scheme for all the characters who have only filmed in the cold places to go and film in the warm places.
I second that. Yeah. I second that. Okay. Moving back to the individual questions. Oh, what about me? Yeah. Okay. I would make it illegal for one person to mount another and be carried.
I'm glad you finished that sentence.
And every time you have to say thank you, which you never did. It's not true. It's not true, yeah. Anyway. Gwendoline. You're always my first.
You're last, you're everything.
Okay. What do you think drives Brienne to never give up on her quest to protect the Starks?
I think that the relationship between Brienne and Catelyn Stark was a moment where Brienne realised strength in another woman. I remember quite fervently that line, you have to Catelyn Stark, you have strength. Not a man's strength, but a woman's strength. And I think it was that realisation that Brienne didn't have to force herself into a mould of masculinity. She didn't have to take the path of men before her in order to be taken seriously or to do good. That she could be propelled by her own intuitive sense of what was right in terms of a moral compass. And I think that there's something very beautiful about the way she's projected that into the future, that it doesn't matter if someone lives or dies, that goes into that person's daughters, and it is significant that they are her daughters, to return the Stark girls home. And in her own way, I think that Brienne feels that even if it's one small thing for one person or two people, that's going to perpetuate a sense of good, which maybe subconsciously creates a greater sense of equality. And that's what I think is driving her. She's connecting to an idea that's greater than herself.
This is why, ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever seen me at one of these, my answers for basically every question is always Brienne of Tarth. Yeah, you would be the queen, I would put it on the throne. So, that's why. So, okay. Awkward. Alfie.
I love you.
Alfie, as a true Ironborn, how comfortable is Theon with the fact that he has forsaken his way of life to be on Team Daenerys?
I think that Yara is really kind of deciding the journey they take now with their new leadership with Daenerys. So I'd say it's definitely an equal partnership between the two of them, but I would say he's just excited to see where this new leadership takes them, being led by Daenerys and Yara.
Conleth, how dare you? Varys is rarely rattled. What do you think scares him?
I think the economic outlook. Something, whatever that sorcerer said. We saw him with the Red Priestess, it was one of the few times where he looked a bit, what? Because she was cray. But, yeah, I think that's he survived so much, but that's the one thing we don't know what was said. And because of your experience with, words and hold the door and everything, I think, oh God, I'm going to be holding a door for someone. And that's what the sorcerer said. So that's the only thing I'm kind of, there's some mystery there that I still don't know what that's about, what was said and what it means.
Well, my advice when it comes to holding doors is don't.
Or get a swing door or something.
It never ends well. Jacob.
Yes.
Some of you out there may know Jacob is also a very talented musician.
Thank you.
How do you balance both sides of your career?
I kind of don't. I'm really lucky that I've got the way we shoot the show is kind of over a period of, I don't know why I'm telling you this. The way we shoot the show is it's like 6 months and then we're all kind of in and out, kind of revolving doors. Sorry, it was a trigger. So I just, whenever I'm not in Belfast or a sunny place,
just rub it in, man.
Just
talk about doors. You're talking about the sunshine.
Write songs. It's not been too bad actually. It's not been hard. I mean, my life could be worse. I'm really nervous, by the way. This is like, I'm at home here, but for some reason I'm already nervous.
Why don't you give us a rendition of my song?
What song do you want to hear?
That one.
Oh, not one of my songs. You want to hear one of my songs?
Oh, yeah. I thought it might calm your nerves.
Okay. Calm your nerves. Calm your nerves.
Beautiful.
Every time. Is that you shot me off? It was about to get really, really exciting. I was about to go into like a
medley.
Yeah, medley. That was just Edelweiss, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So then, calm your nerves.
Thank you, Jacob. I mean, I know what it's about. I know it's about balancing two careers. I was like actually DJing until like 2 a.m. last night. I don't balance. I just do it.
Yeah,
you do it. You just do it. Yeah. Sophie. Hi. Does Sansa retain any of her ideas about love, marriage, and being happy, or is she now of the opinion that men are just after her for what she can get or what they can get?
I don't think she's like season 1 Sansa and she's particularly looking for, she's not really looking for a relationship or love at the moment. I think she's kind of done with that. I think, she's always on the search for happiness, but she doesn't really see the world through rose-tinted glasses anymore, She sees the reality of the situation. In terms of like seeing men in a different light, I think she sees the world in a different light. I don't think men in particular. I think she...
What? Broken that man's heart.
I mean, of course, she's just she's woke now, guys. She's real woke. She's cautious. She trusts no one, whether it be man or woman, whether it's family member or not. She trusts no one, and I think that's important when you play the Game of Thrones.
Liam.
Yes.
Do you think Davos misses his smuggling days? when life is simpler and he is able to live by his wits?
Yeah, that's a kind of an interesting question, because him being promoted from small-time criminal to being sucked into this web, this game, there's very little room. I think it reflects real life. People end up in powerful positions. You can't have a simple life anymore. It's very difficult to be just happy. You're playing games, you're paranoid, who's out the gate, the whole thing. But I think he feels he has a responsibility to be there to try and keep whoever it may be on the right track. Because he's decent and he's loyal, and he doesn't have that addiction for this horrible drug that is power. So his head is a little bit clearer than some. But I do like the guy's. I love the guy's simplicity. He is who he is, and he's not a complicated character. And it's really nice to do that. It's really nice to play somebody like that and play those little colours and all that. I really love this character.
I think that's one of the special things about George R. R. Martin's writing, that every single character, even no matter how small they are, is completely multi-layered. We all get such a great...
What do you mean small? I'm kidding.
I don't mean you. I only had one word. I don't think I can compete. Hello? Anyway, not